merger of the big public sector banks has just been announced. A large number of banks have now been merged into 4 large entities. I just want to take you through what those big mergers are. Punjab National Bank, the Oriental Bank of Commerce and United Bank have been merged into one entity. CANARA Bank and Syndicate Bank into one entity. The Union Bank of India, ANDHRA Bank and Corporation Bank have also been merged into one entity, and Indian Bank and Allahabad Bank have also been merged. Big announcement coming out from Finance Minister Nirmala Sitaram as part of banking reforms. That live press conference is still on, questions and answers taking place. But I want to bring in Managing Editor Business and Editor Business today, Rajiv Dubey, for more on this. Rajiv, break it down for us very simply. Why has this happened? What does this mean for the consumer? What does this mean for the country?
Well, you know, Shiv, the ultimate objective, we must still remember that number of public sector banks have reduced from 26, 27 to 12 now. The ultimate objective is to reduce them to 5 to 6, and that is the final objective. Nationally, we should only have, and that's a commitment that the government has made, that we should only have about 5 to 6 banks in the long run. Very, very large banks. See, this increases the capability of the banks. It reduces their costs of lending. It reduces the cost of operations. Government has committed that they are not retrenching anybody, but as they grow, they probably will hire less and they will become more efficient without retrenching the staff. Basically, it's been done for the efficiency of the capital as well as the efficiency of the banking system. Apart from that, the Finance Minister has also announced several measures about how they have improved the way these banks will function, the way they will lend, the way they will sanction loans, and the way those loans will be approved and disbursed. So I think those are, the boards have been given greater powers. So basically this is a more of a confidence building measure for the banking system, that you know, the banks will come with enhanced capital, and so they will have greater capacity to lend. Government has itself funded most of the public sector banks to the tune of about 70,000 crore. So they will have enough capital to leverage and raise more resources across the system. But all in all, a good foundation for a stronger banking and financial sector.
Rajiv, you know, many of our viewers and millions will be tuning in today and watching this big announcement. The default question will be, what does this mean for me? Does this have any implications for consumers? Is there anything that they need to look out for? Does this change anything at all qualitatively or otherwise in terms of how they go about their usual banking needs with any of these banks in which they may have accounts?
Well, if you know, every consumer was expecting eventually the full rate transmission, which definitely has not happened. 2.6% has not translated into 2.6% in the hands of the consumer as far as RBI's repo rate is concerned. So no good news on that front. But as far as the consumer is concerned, he can expect more efficiency in services. He can expect a better technology, because these banks were some smaller banks were using dated technology. Some didn't have technology, where, you know, some didn't have integration with different banking systems. So you could expect better efficiency as far as lending is concerned. You could expect faster and quicker decisions on behalf of the banks, whether it is for the consumer or for the corporates. So it is more of the nature of increasing efficiency in the system and making the system stronger for the future.
Okay, fewer banks, more power, more commitment to consumers, the ability to process requests and conduct their business in a more robust and fail-safe manner. Let's see how this goes. Big bank reforms being announced there by the Finance Minister. Big implications and takeaways. We will be bringing them out to you on our screen here on India Today. Rajiv, thank you so much for getting us the big takeaways from that large announcement of reform coming in from Finance Minister Nirmala Sitaram. We've got some breaking news coming in now. Okay, the CBI has just conducted surprise checks at 150 locations across India. Top government departments are now finding themselves under the CBI scanner, including the railways, the coal ministry, the health ministry, power ministry, etc. The searches are also to highlight and point out places which are vulnerable to corruption and would ensure possibilities in corruption in the past, is what we're hearing from our sources. I want to go across to India Today's Munish Pandey. Top government departments under the scanner, the CBI searching, conducting raids in 150 locations across the country. Munish, take us through the details.
Yeah, well, Shiv, at this point of time, we have been given to understand is that this is an initiative from Prime Minister Narendra Modi in regards to ease of living. Now, the Central Bureau of Investigation conducted this special drive. The departments where the corruption is very vulnerable, where the common public faces, heat of corruption from the officials, those departments were identified by the Central Bureau of Investigation, and as we speak, 150 teams of the Central Bureau of Investigation are conducting this special drive at various departments. Now, these departments includes the Transport Department, PWD Department, Oil Department, and also Coal and Mining Department. So what Central Bureau of Investigation claims that by this drive, they will try to find out that which are the departments where corruption is very regular, where the common public is facing problems when it comes to solving their problems, or for example, in railways, we have seen most of the times when someone goes for a ticket, there are agents to ease out getting confirmation about the confirmed tickets. So in those departments, the Central Bureau of Investigation is conducting a special drive. This will continue for next few weeks. It is one of the biggest drives which the CBI is conducting, and they claim that this is under initiative of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to ease out life of common people.
Very, very important to ease the lives of common Indians. This big sweeping crackdown on corruption across several departments. Railways, coal, several other ministries, several other departments are finding themselves at the wrong end of 150 raids by the CBI aimed at rooting out corruption where it affects the common Indian. Munish, stay with me. We've got more breaking news coming in now.